cool pictures of people at the pool. Hey, they got a pool, they're having fun.
And it's nice to know, like, when they post, like, what they have. Like, if you're wanting to live in an apartment complex that has, like, a pool or has a gym, being able to know what you're gonna get provided.
Okay, so do you guys, so I think a lot of things happening right now in a lot of complexes here is that a lot of people have events and stuff, like all the time, like get people together and get people like, I don't know, maybe out of just the studying life. Do you guys think that's important for you for a complex you'd ever live in? Like, does that matter to you whatsoever?
Personally, no, but I feel like it is important to some people because it feels like enough people go to those where they keep doing them. So it's obviously important to somebody, but not me.
Okay, is that collectively kind of what everyone's saying? Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I know you guys mentioned Google, but where else do you guys typically find business reviews?
Yelp.
Yelp.
Yelp, okay, I really haven't used that one. I was like ancient, not saying that out loud, but so you guys use Yelp and Google? Is that kind of like?
Well, like a lot of the times the Yelp ones will just be in Google also.
Or I mean, it depends what you're looking for. Like, I only really look at restaurant reviews. That's a good one. Yelp is great for that. It's got a lot of reviews and it's easy to use. So.
Don't they kind of take keywords and categorize it? Or
Yeah, like
if
you're looking for like Chinese or something like that, it'll pop up all the.
Okay.
And it's really easy to like, especially if you're like new in a city or something like that, and you don't know your way around. It's a really easy way to like find stuff. So.
Okay. So this is kind of generally speaking. How often do you guys typically like leave reviews?
Very
I'm gonna be real.
Very, very rarely.
Yeah. Is it those high peak times whenever you're really extremely mad, or you're like, wow, this place is incredible? Is that only time you'll?
For me, it'll probably be if I'm really, really happy with something. Other than that, I usually just don't touch the reviews.
If
you know, I use them.
If something goes like above and beyond, I'll definitely leave a review. But also if I go somewhere time and time again, and it maybe it doesn't blow the expectations out of the water, but they meet or exceed them just consistently, I'll probably leave a good review.
Okay.
Yeah,
I personally wouldn't read or leave a review if they ever just met expectations. That would just kind of be. I'd never leave like a 3-star. It was okay. It's either gonna be like they exceeded my expectations or it was so horrible I'm never going back. You shouldn't too.
I agree with that.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And
I would
has everybody taken this is kind of off topic? Has everybody taken an Uber before?
Yes.
Okay, when they tell you to leave a review, it pops up on your screen and you get out of the car.
Yeah.
How many of y'all actually leave the review?
I mean, it depends, honestly.
Yeah.
If
The stars.
who has the time? You're like walking back to your room, or you're walking
Yeah.
into someplace. This the last thing on your mind.
So you're saying no, you don't leave
No.
it. Okay, yeah. So I'm saying because sometimes people will say, well, if it's a convenience thing, if it's convenient for me. So would you say that maybe that kind of contradicts that theory, convenience, because it pops up immediately, right?
If you left it in like the last 2 minutes of your ride, that would be convenient because you're not.
Okay.
That's a better idea.
The
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah.
Not that we're even talking about Uber, but that's just an to show that that's like a review that's at your fingertips.
Yeah, also sometimes like with an app or something, it like pops up, leave us a review. It's like, that makes me want to leave a review way less. I'm like,
Yeah.
get out of my face. You were trying to get me to leave a review. I'm not leaving one now. for
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Like I don't like when something like tries to get you to.
Yeah, and you're trying to do something different, it's in your way. Yeah, well, how likely are you guys to leave a review? Is it like electronic, or like if you're at an apartment complex, let's say like they give you a piece of paper when you're trying to like end your lease or renew your lease, whatever it is. Are you guys a lot more likely to leave a review like on paper or electronic if they emailed it to you? I mean, what's the best way for someone to get a hold of you to leave a review?
Probably electronic.
Like to your email or?
I would do that over paper, because like when it's paper, it's like it's easier, but also it's
It's ancient. It's not 1990.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If it went in my email, I'd just delete it.
Yeah.
I know, so how do you do that? So I'm saying is like you're struggling, people get 1,000 emails a day, but also people, it's a lot more convenient,
Yeah.
You definitely see a lot more of like the incentives that they offer with it, but I don't know how you do that from a housing perspective because you're obviously ending your lease or leaving, so they can't really give you an incentive.
Or renewing.
Or if
But maybe
renewing-
you're saying maybe in between, before the time that they need to start, before they realize people are gonna start coming, they have like an incentive. I don't know how the incentive would work, but just curious.
I
Like,
feel like
thinking.
email, there's like no chance I'd do it. But if someone's in front of me, they give you this paper like, hey, would you mind like just filling out these few questions, give me some feedback, it's really helpful, and it's like a real person saying that to me, I'm like, okay, I'll do it, you know.
So maybe they catch you on a whim, you're like low-key annoyed at the time, but then you're like, for that 5 seconds.
Well, if the person's like genuinely nice and I feel like it's gonna, like, they make me feel like it's gonna actually help them
Yeah,
a
where you're
lot.
actually somebody, you're not just like another 1,000 person in line.
Yeah, then I'll
Just
probably more
speaking
inclined.
of people in general, it's definitely a lot easier to delete an email than to say no to someone
Yeah.
face to face.
Yeah,
True.
absolutely.
For most people.
True. What would you say?
Yeah, I'd probably fill it out either way.
Fill it out either, okay, you're the person everybody wants to have in their places.
I mean, something that I was committed to for so long, I guess, like, you know, I just had a 12-month lease here, it's not like I just had dinner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, cool. Alright, let's move on, next question. So are you more likely to choose an apartment based on reviews or word of mouth?
Probably a mix of both.
Word of
Yeah.
mouth
I
definitely
think that's
goes
really
like
important.
goes like a long way, but like at the same time you can't really find that most of the time. It's kind of more rare, but like online reviews you can just find instantly if you look hard enough.
And online reviews, a lot of times you don't know if they're fake or not, if someone got paid to do it, or if someone that like works there just kind of did it themselves to make it
Yeah.
look like it was good. So it's a lot nicer to have a word of mouth because it's more like trustworthy.
And do you also think like maybe the word of mouth, you get to pick who you're like approving the answer of, like maybe who's ever writing it? Have you ever thought about that? Maybe who's writing it online? Maybe you guys have nothing in common and you don't see eye to eye on anything. And so, yeah, they said it was clean, but what's clean to their clean, to your clean? Do you guys ever think about
That's a
that?
good
Or,
point. I didn't think about that, yeah.
and I don't know, so that's always something to think about too, but word of mouth is definitely a popular option. Of course, who's gonna lie and say, go live there, it's awesome, and then there's always problems. Okay, so, we talked about what websites for reviews, Yelp and Google. Do you guys use those? Like, have you guys ever had to like apartment shop? Do you guys use those for apartment shop with the same reviews, or
It's like Google reviews. I think.
same thing for, so reviews are the same on all platforms? Yeah,
Like Google has reviews for most things. They kind of have that, or I guess Amazon reviews.
is there like an app for any kind of like apartment reviews, or is it really just?
Maybe like Zillow, or is that more homes?
Oh.
I feel like there's probably apartments too. I'm not sure though. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know, I didn't know either, so I was asking. Okay, and then, if a good friend had negative things to say about a certain apartment, would you dismiss, living there entirely? Like entirely, like you're like off the books, not an option?
Depends what they said about it.
And it depends on the person, like the friend, like if it's someone you're really close to and you know you have like similar like living experiences and like you want the same things in your living situation, then I would. But if it was like someone who I know like is always messy, always has their problems, I wouldn't like listen to them.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just being nice, listening, hearing you out at this point, okay. It's kind of the same for everybody around?
Depends on the person. If they're a slob and they can live in the grossest conditions and they say it was fine, that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. And then vice versa the other way around.
They said it's gross, you're like, get out,
Yeah.
don't live
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of like going back to housing, this is gonna be a lot more, I mean, I feel like we've been housing focused here and there, this is gonna be a lot more housing focused. So when it comes to housing, what are the most important things for you when considering purchasing?
Proximity to like either to campus, being able to like actually get to class without a minimal effort. Would be nice.
So when you say that, do you mean like if they have a shuttle, or I mean like you being able to drive like 5 or 7 minutes in a car to a parking lot?
Just like 5 or 7 minutes to a parking lot, definitely that. I don't necessarily need like transport, but at the same time, I don't want to be living like across and have to like cross a busy street every day or something like that.
Yeah, like on 24th and you have to, which
Mhm.
I mean, 24th isn't that far, but sometimes in morning traffic can be
Yeah.
kind of a hassle.
Mhm.
And that brings me to a side note that I don't have on here. So if your apartment complexes, let's say we're all living in right now, if they have a shuttle, would that be a determining point? You're like, oh my gosh, I don't have to pay for a parking ticket, I don't have to pay for gas to drive my car there. The shuttle comes, let's just say it comes at the most convenient times for you, let's say that's not an option. Is that something that you would be like, you know, once you know that it's good or it's an option that it can be good, would that be a determining factor for a living place?
I just